Hey everyone, it's Jenwa, Manifestation Coach, and I wanted to make a video for you guys today about healing the imagination. Healing the imagination so that we can fully access the power of our imagination to create in our lives for us. It's already happening, obviously, all the time. First, you had the idea. First, you saw it in your mind. Next, you were moved to do something, right? Or something just showed up and then you were moved to do something. It always happens in mysterious ways, but the source of what you're creating is coming from within, is coming from your imagination. And I wanted to do an inner child healing today for you guys because I want to help you reconnect with that wholeness state in your imagination where you feel that you're in that connection with it and where you feel that magic of everything is you pushed out and you're doing it in the moment, living in that flow of creating from within and then seeing it out here. So a few of the things that really make us stuck, where we can't see that we are creating our own reality, we can't see that we are imagining our reality because we're living in the reasoning mind, we're living in the rational mind, and whenever you are in that practical 3D pragmatic mindset, you have to recognize that that is also an appearance in imagination. It is a type of state. It is a state. So there's infinite states that you can be in, and being really practical and really 3D focus, like this is what is because I can see it with my eyes and that's all that exists to me, that is a state. It's a part of you. It's not all of you. Okay? And it's not all of that person that maybe you're the spiritual one and you know someone who is very practical and pragmatic and very 3D focused. Just recognize they're just in a state. It is not actually their whole being. Okay? So, what I want to do is lead us in a little bit of a guided meditation to heal the inner imagination that, when we're kids, I want you to really think about this. When you were a kid and you were imagining and you were playing in your imagination, right? You know the feeling. Get in touch with that feeling where you're doing some activity. For me, let me tell you, for example, for me, what I would do when I was little, and I just made a podcast episode about this too, so you can go check that out if you're interested. And it's called Infinite Abundance, Accessing Infinite Abundance, okay? The most recent episode. So, in this episode, I'm talking about how I went to a yoga class and it was so synchronistic that the teacher had us do an inner child meditation at the end of class. So for the last 10 minutes of class, we were meditating on something we used to do when we were playing, when we were younger. Literally someone outside sneezing. Okay, so when you think about when you were little, and it's always 3 sneezes, right? I just got my nails done today. Okay, so comes in 3, right? Okay, so when you're little and you're playing, like for example, what I talked about on the podcast is I was playing it in my pool and I'm pouring all these different cups into pouring water into different size cups and I'm pretending like I'm a chemist. and I loved it. This was like my go-to pastime. I love to pretend like I was a chemist and I'm pouring different amounts of water into these different sized cups. I loved it. Okay, now another activity that I did was I used to take a paintbrush and I would just brush on rocks. I would just pretend like I'm an archaeologist and I would just like brush on the rocks, like dusting them off, dusting the sand off of the rocks. Loved that one too. That was one of my favorite things to do. So, you know, it's funny, I didn't until just now think of another activity. Just came to me. See, where does that come from, right? Where is the imagination? I just got this visual, I just got this idea. Of course, I mean, I don't know why I didn't say this one earlier, playing with dolls. I used to play with my baby dolls all the time. I was obsessed with being a mom when I was little. I would put the baby in the baby stroller, you know, and push them around. I loved to put them in the stroller. Loved that. My baby doll's name was Sarah. And when I saw her at Toys R Us, I knew she was mine. Okay. I had to have Sarah. My mom said that I threw the biggest fit. She didn't want me to get it. And I really wanted Sarah, and I got Sarah. So thanks, Mom. I'm sorry, when I was born, they said I was very demanding. That's what the first thing the nurse said to my mom. She's very demanding. Okay. I think I'm kind of a shy, peaceful person. I mean, I can be really hyper. I can be really goofy. I don't know about demanding. I just like things to be organized. Okay. Anyway, so pick something that you did when you were little, where you just immerse yourself in imagination. These two activities of playing at the pool, pouring the water into the different size containers, and the brushing of the rocks, I don't know, I feel like it was more immersive into my imagination than playing with dolls for some reason. It was like, because it was a simple task in the 3D, but my imagination was like very immersed in some state, you know, of just like, I felt so connected with my imagination. So find an example like that. Find something you did when you were little that really felt like that. Okay, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna heal. We wanna heal that imaginal place within you. It's in your inner child, really. I mean, who has the best imaginations? Kids, because they haven't been tarnished by the world so much yet. So tune in and find that right now. Just close your eyes, meditate, tune in. Oh my God, has this been here the whole time? Great. What is that? Oh my God. I can't even. It is what it is. Trying to make videos is, you just can't do it perfect. They're never going to be perfect. Whatever. All that matters is that you are yourself. Just be yourself, right? Look at me. I'm being goofy, right? Just be yourself. Just make a freaking video. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. And just be yourself, you know, like be present. I was watching one of my other videos I just posted on my Facebook timeline. A few years ago I made this video and I am being so ridiculous. In some points I'm like, oh my God, I got a cramp in my foot in the middle of the video. And then I'm like drinking peach tea or something and I'm like, I don't know, I was LMAO at myself. Okay, so anyways, let's get back to the video, guys. So go in to yourself and find a imaginal activity you did as a child where you're playing, having so much fun, and you're in that pure connection with your imagination. Okay, so go there in your mind. Feel like you're doing that right now. So I'm gonna go to my pool and I'm gonna do the chemist one because this is the one I did in yoga the other day. So visualize that memory when you're a child, when you're playing, you're immersed in your imagination. So you're fused, right? You're fused with your imagination, and it feels like wholeness. It feels like oneness. So now just notice the energy around you. Notice if there's people around you. Notice the energy outside of your imaginal activity of play as a child. Notice what's going on around you. So for me, I'm at the pool, and I mean, I am fully immersed in my imagination, but there's a lot going on around. Like, I'm sure the dogs were running. We used to have we always had labs. So we had a black lab and a yellow lab, and then eventually we got another lab, a chocolate lab. So we had 3 labs. We had like 4 cats inside, and I think they were indoor and outdoor cats because our neighborhood, they could run around. So, okay, the pool, and I'm there, you know, pouring the water in the cups, pretending like I'm a chemist, and I'm like very excited about that idea of being a chemist. Okay, the dogs are run, jump in the pool. We used to say ready, go to our dogs, and they would run, jump in the pool, swim to the wall, get out, do it again, over and over again. Okay, it was fun. Okay, but anyway, so then that's what's going on. My brother, he is running probably with his friends. He is being crazy, and he comes over and he just destroys all of my chemistry creations. Then I see this image of my mom. She's at the door. She's inside. She's like, "It's almost time for dinner. Are you ready for dinner? Get ready for dinner." I don't know where my sister was. She's not in this one. Maybe she was over there in the hot tub playing her own game. I don't know. We had a trampoline. I mean, this was actually, it sounds actually very fun. It was very fun, except the problem with what put a dent in things is that my brother was always attacking me. Always ruining my peace, taking my creations, taking my dolls. He used to take my doll and put it under the bike machine. Okay, a Cabbage Patch doll, and he would ruin it because he would run on the bike or get the bike going, put the doll under the tire, and that's what I dealt with. My 2-year older brother than me. Anyways. So, you know, maybe I know some people have it way worse, and they're like, they have way worse things going on. Other people, they have it way better. They're like, I don't have any distractions, Gemma. My parents just let me play with my dolls. My parents just let me play with my trucks and my cars. I didn't have any siblings to come and destroy anything. Then it brings up other problems like, oh, I had no one to play with, blah, blah. Well, then that's when you imagine, right? Okay, anyway, so imagine that playful activity you did as a child, then notice the energy around that imaginal space, and then heal yourself. So give your inner child what she needs, she or he. Give your inner child what they need. Okay? Give your inner child what they needed, the energy that they needed, right? So for me, my inner child, she needed, right? And no one knows what you would need except you. But when we're little, we can't really, I don't know, at least I couldn't really understand my needs. I mean, that's a more developed function of the brain. But anyways, and you're speaking with someone who's gone to grad school for psychology, marriage, and family therapy counseling. So, sometimes I come off as like I'm just silly and goofy, but I have gone to a lot of schooling. Anyways, loved my grad school experience. By the way, Jungian psychology, best thing I ever did. Oh my god. We were required to get our own therapy, by the way. And not all schools require that, which is crazy. Because if you're going to become a counselor or a therapist, but you haven't done your own inner work, I mean, what? No. Every single program that trains somebody to become a therapist needs to require a chunk of hours of their own therapy. Everyone needs that. I believe everyone needs therapy. Everyone. It should just be a normal part of life. Like how you go to the dentist. You go to the doctor, you go to get your nails done, get your hair done. You need to go to a therapist too. Okay? Maybe not every week, but at least once a month, something like this. Anyways, rant over. What was I saying? I was saying that... Okay, I was saying that when you're a kid... Oh, what was it? I was saying something about your needs. Yes, your needs. Okay. Only you know your needs, right? So only you can go back into that place in your memory and tune into what you needed in that moment. So for me, right, like I needed just respect. I needed my space to be respected. I want my brother to be there having fun doing stuff. I want my mom to be being my mom and making dinner. That's amazing. But I want to be also honored and respected for what I'm doing, right? The way my brother would just come and destroy things made me feel very angry. And very like, there's always a problem. Like, and it's not even my fault. It's him. He's doing it to me. And there was always this sense of like, my peace is getting disturbed. Like, there's always this problem that just doesn't need to be there. And then also, like, I wanted things organized, and he was always messing them up. And he would probably say the same thing about me, though, you know. When he wasn't picking on me and I wasn't doing my own thing, I was picking on him too. So, of course, takes two to tango. But still, he was way worse than me. I couldn't do the things he did. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know. I'm sure. One time on Valentine's Day, I woke up early and I went and I ate everyone's Valentine candy. And I felt so guilty that and my mom was like, you better exercise after eating all that chocolate. And I jumped on the trampoline for like 5 hours because I thought I needed to burn the calories off. I was only like 7. Anyways, did that. I woke up earlier. I got up early before everyone else, and I went and I think I put like a bite in every little chocolate. I just wanted to taste it all. I'm a Gemini. I like variety. I like change. Anyways, okay, so we're doing an inner child healing here, all right? That's what we're doing. Go into your imaginal scene and give your inner child what she or he needed. So, right, what I needed was, I just need my space to be respected. I love my brother. I want to play with him when I genuinely want to play with him, but don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my chemistry experience. And mom, like, don't rush me when I'm busy. You can see she can't see it, right? But my inner world was immersed in this activity that was very healing for me. And it's like she wasn't noticing my inner world. She wasn't tuning into that deeper part of me, okay? So anyways, that's what I needed. I needed the people around me to be aware of the deeper part of me and be in tune with my energy instead of just being so like destructive and fast moving and be in a rush and just disrespecting my boundaries, disrespecting my space, and disrespecting my inner world, right? Yeah, disrespecting my inner world. This is something the whole world needs to learn how to do, right? I mean, how do you go throughout your day at work, with people, doing stuff with your family, and really respect each other's inner world, right? How do you do that? It's a good question to ask yourself.
Cool.
So, give your inner child what they need in your meditation right here, right now. Give them the energy of what they needed. So I'm giving myself energetic boundaries, respectful of my space, respectful of my activity, respectful of what brings me joy, respectful of my inner world, my inner peace. You can see I'm enjoying myself. I'm immersed in an activity. You know, don't disrupt me or ask me something about myself. Ask me a question to get to know my needs in the moment. Get to know what's going on in my inner world. I'd love to share it with you. We should all be able to share the inner world with each other. That's what this life is all about. It's the creativity from the inside out, sharing it with others. Collaboration of creativity. Isn't it wonderful? Being in love with your inner world and sharing it with someone else. I think I used to do that to my brother to annoy him. I think that was one of the things I did. But I also one time threw a bell and it sliced the top of his ear. I threw a bell at his head when he was playing video games to get him back for something that probably was he ruined my experiment, my chemistry experiment. Okay guys, we're moving on to the next thing. So you can redo this. You want to redo this. It's a form of revision. You know, revision is really good. I recommend doing it every day on certain things that are bothering you. Just revise them in a way, because you can change your memories, because memories are just an appearance now. They're just showing up in your mind now. You can change anything in the mind. You can restructure your whole mind. That's really what this is about. That's what manifesting about, is recreating your mental activity. So when you revise something, like something negative that happened to you, even Neville says you can revise every single day. At the end of the day, before you go to sleep, revise your whole day the way you would have liked it to have gone. Oh, mind-blowing. Man, I need to remember to do that more often. That's a good idea, right? Can you imagine if you were consistent with that and disciplined in that? It would change things, for sure. Revision is so powerful. Cannot say enough positive things about revision. So revision, if you're not familiar with it, I recommend reading Revision, The Pruning Shears of Revision by Neville Goddard, or there's an audiobook version that is amazingly read by Josiah Brandt. So good. He reads Neville Goddard's books. Epic. So check that out. And then, what was I saying? Revision. You can change the past because you can see that your memories are an appearance in this here now moment. A memory is just an appearance in this here now moment. Like these little sparkles. They're like thoughts just coming and going, coming and going. Those are memories. Memories, they come, they go. They come, they go. And you can change them, which then your mind will replay the way you changed it to. Over time, your subconscious mind will play the new tape that you're feeding it. It's really, really amazing. Also, I've noticed magical, mysterious things happen when I revise certain things in my past. So, it opens up channels of abundance for sure, because when trauma happens, when negative things happen, it really puts a damper on our infinite abundance vibration, like our energetic field, just that sense of abundance, because pain and hurt is not abundance, negative feelings are not abundant. So they're not expansive feelings, they're contracting feelings, feeling depressed, feeling heavy, feeling hurt, feeling anxious, feeling upset, right? These are heavy, these are going down vibrations. And feeling happy, feeling elated, feeling glorious, feeling wonderful, feeling magical, feeling creative, that's all upward energy, that's all abundance, expansion, expansion, expansion. So I should do an ASMR on that. Expansion, 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 expansion. I'm taking your negative emotion and I'm releasing it from your field so that you can expansion, 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 expanding, you're expanding, you're expanding. You're so abundant, you're so abundant. Anything that is not abundant is now being removed from your field. You are so abundant, you are so abundant. You are so abundant, you are so free, you are so light, you are so so joyful, so joy, so glorious, so happy, so wonderful. You are so magical, you are so magical, you are so magical, you are so creative, you are so amazing. You are so amazing. I should definitely do ASMR, right? Okay, so give your inner child what they needed Give them the energy of the wish fulfilled. Give them the energy of what would have been healthier for them, psychologically healthier, emotionally healthier, spiritually healthier. And what we want to do is we want to restructure the inner imagination, okay? I want you guys to have more daily experiences of feeling that oneness with your imagination, where everyone and everything is you pushed out, and your imagination is creating this whole thing. Even though this is a physical 3D world, okay, it's still within consciousness, within imagination. You cannot escape it. So it's all one in consciousness. It's all one in imagination, right? So I hope this helps you. I intend that it made you feel more abundant, and that I intend that you practice this daily so that you can keep growing and healing any little pieces of the psyche of your inner child, that you know your inner child is a part of you and still exists in your psyche now. And you can always come in contact with that part of you and bring your inner child the energy that it needed, and revise anything from your past, anything from your childhood to the way that it would have felt so much more healing to you instead of detrimental. You have the power to do that now. And that is amazing. That is mind-blowingly crazy, because you can change the past, because the past is just a memory. It's just a thought appearing now, remember? It does take practice. Keep reminding yourself, it's just, the past is just a thought appearing now. Keep reminding yourself, the thought is just the past is just a thought appearing now. The past is just thoughts appearing now, in the now, in the now, we're in the now, right now, we're in the now, right now, we're in the now. Memories are just thoughts appearing in the now. Memories are just thoughts appearing in the now. You can change them, you can rewrite them, you can restructure them, you can reorganize them into something healing, into something healing, into something healing. And you can restructure your DNA, and you can elevate yourself into the 5th dimension. Into 4D consciousness. And then, you know, people who are super like 3D focused, they'll start having 4D awakening, 5D awakening. I don't know. Some people say up to 60, 70. I don't know. But I'm open to it. Yes, 40, 5D, 60, 70. Yeah, we are expanding into infinite abundance. Okay? So lovely to be with you today. And, you know, just reconnect. Haven't posted a video in a little bit, so it was just so wonderful to reconnect with you guys and share what I've been focusing on the past few days in my manifesting reality. So I shall see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is General Manifestation Coach, by the way. I think you already knew that. Go ahead and visit my website, thebutterflysoul.lifecoaching.com. thebutterflysoul.lifecoaching.com. You got it? Great. On there you find lots of free stuff. You find all my programs. You find all my one-on-one coaching options. And I think you're gonna really like it. So, hope you have a lovely evening, and I'll talk to you later. Ciao!